Hello, everybody, and welcome to Intuitive Tuesday. Today is July 26th, 2022. I'm not quite sure how we got here, but we are here. And how are we doing here in this moment? There are so many different energies swirling, twirling, spinning. There's like fireworks of energy going on, and I'm seeing it. And it's been wild. Peripherally, I am seeing beings and the elemental kingdom, and then I'm seeing it straight on with my naked eye, and then I'm seeing so much with my eyes closed, which is the exact same thing, just the texture and colors are different. So that's how I know I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And then to feel it all over my body, swirling, touching. It's like this mystical magic that is occurring that there's just no words that could even explain the waves of energy that are coming around. And some people will hear it, some people just know it, some people will see it, some people can speak it. It's all the language of light. It's all the language of the energetics, of the I am, of all that I am. And so many are trying to wrap their linear left brain around it, and it's just not going to fit there. There's not going to be an explanation of the word collection that you've been programmed to explain things with. It's just not going to be there. So just play in it and feel it. I don't necessarily have the need to try to explain it, but the reason why I've come on today, and it's been my topic of Intuitive Tuesday, is because the energies have a lot of people off kilter. Tons of dizzy vertigo, imbalances happening. For example, last week, if I leaned too much to the right, I was headed to the right. Then a few days later, it happened to be the left. If I leaned too much to the left, I could have, weebled and wobbled and boom. But I just know my body mechanics, so I'm just going with it. And I know that the equilibrium is being calibrated by these energies in my guardian guide team, in my I am presence. So I have no fear with it. This morning I opened a gate and I tilted a little bit to the left, and it took me a minute because I almost lost it into this person's little garden. But I was just like, well, whatever, So the crystals in our body are being redistributed and awakened and are in movement, just like the planet, and everything is in movement, and the planets around us are in movement, in constant swirly twirly movement. And nothing stays still. And so you're getting this experimental experiences to deal with within your own flesh. And to some, it may feel very new and very unreal and very weird. And, I need to dial the doctor up. Well, go to the doctor from within. Go to the God source physician of the me, myself, and I of it. And it'll let you know what's happening. But by all means, if you feel you need to reach out to a medical practitioner, do it. There are so many times over decades when I'm like, something's just not right. And I go and I get checked out and I have all the blood work done, blah, blah, blah. And it'd be like, well, according to these stats, you be in the normal range. I'm like, okay. So I just reach within and work with it in those ways. Other things people are experiencing besides the dizziness is going to be just this weird zippity thingy. Like, for example, when my second chakra is swirling, it's this like anticipation of something like, ooh, you know, and it's been swirling in my heart center and then in my solar plexus. And then sometimes it does this zippy zappy through the hips and the legs. And so there's just a lot of physicality that is showing us that our crystalline, our crystals within are awakening, so that it's going to allow us to move things out that don't serve and then bring things in for the higher good, which is your harmony and balance. It just may take this wheel that's happening, and you just might have to ask for it to slow down a little bit. And then maybe while you're sleeping, it gets ramped up. Or while you're in meditation, you can ask for it to be ramped up. But not maybe while you're driving a car, or you're in a meeting, or you're in a place that requires the alpha brain state of 10 and 2. Okay? Waves of nausea is another thing. So I don't need to go down the list. Just trust some of the things that you're experiencing are these beautiful minerals from within, from the elemental kingdom. Yeah. And you can activate them in different ways by asking to bless your water, your food, the minerals from within, and the releasing of what doesn't serve. And sometimes that means a lot of tears, because the old needs to come out, and it might not have an avenue to loosen the lid on the pressure cooker. So it's going to come out in this very heartfelt tears. And I'm not a crier, but let me tell you, I have been working with the animal kingdom. Well, they've been calling me. And then now the humans are calling me. And, I've been working with pets and rescue animals. And I work with children, I work with teens, I work with adults, I work with all different ages. But lately, 2 things have been really coming up. 1, the animal kingdom. 2, late teens, early 20s. Parents are calling me. So that would be the millennials, the Gen Zs. So a lot of tears have been coming up through me, through so many things. And I just have to let it flow, no matter where I am. No matter where I am. I ask sometimes not to get that ugly face on in public, but if I'm in the car and the waterworks need to come, I let them come. And I have to set my boundaries a little bit with the animal kingdom, because sometimes they will just keep talking to me, and I need to process. And I recently had that experience, and I was driving and I was crying, and I was like, okay, I'm going to give them the message, and you know how it's going to start. This might sound weird, but... And then the very next day, I had an opportunity to give the pet owner the message, and they received it well, because this particular pet needed to exit. And I think they needed the comfort of knowing that their contract together was over, and they needed to come together in the heart center and allow that to occur. So, our body builds up a lot of stuff, and when things are moving around, if you don't have a way to ventilate, exercise, crying, a good friend to talk to, walking in nature, maybe cooking meals, because you get things moving when you're chopping and preparing, or maybe you're not getting a good hug in from somebody who unconditionally loves you. So there's so many things that need to be released and received, and released and received and released and received. It's this whole windy filter. And so tears can just be a way that just allow that. And they do not have to have a reason. They do not have to have a reason. Just let them flow. Let your body recalibrate and adjust. There's so many things unseen and unknown that are occurring, but you must have the trust that you're safe, that you are safe. If you need some help on this journey, my website's always in the just saying. You are walking, living, love, and light. You're the love light of the divine. And you know, we set our intentions. That is a technology that others might not understand. The setting your intention winds up the energetic technology from within you. When I set my intention to work with people, I set the intention that my inner and outer technology of the God source power within. Right now they're showing me a windmill, like a water mill, like it's bringing water around, and it's the power of the, if that working is the power of the balance of the water. Okay, thank you. So setting your intention empowers your own inner technology. It doesn't necessarily have to be harnessed with nuts and bolts and wires that need to be purchased. Those may be infused as well, but you can infuse your crystals, your stones, your minerals, your water, your foods, and every drop of that is you, is your flesh and blood. So you are the walking, living, breathing divine technology. That is your God source power. So when I work with symbols and energy, I then also infuse it with the intention before placing it around or with people that I'm working with, animals, anyone, which is why I can work remotely. You're living in accordance to divine law when you can work with your own inner technology and understand that not everything is outside of you the way you've been conditioned and taught. And that's a lot of what has to be released right now. Yeah. Breathe with that. Okay. Please use your technology finger. Like this video. Hit subscribe. Hit that bell. Hit all. Use your little fingers to leave me a message that comes from the heart. And I put on a shirt today, and it says, believe in yourself. It was appropriate today. Much love. Bye.